original VX program from Adventist World Radio. Researched and written in Indianapolis by Adrian Peterson and produced in studios at WRMI Shortwave in Okeechobee, Florida. I'm Jeff White, and with me today is Ray Robinson from KVA in Simi Valley, California. This is Wavescan edition NWX 438 will release on Sunday, July 16, 2017. On today's Wavescan, California fuel cell cars in red, white, and blue. Australian shortwave call signs, VLM. And you'll hear what's going on and what's being talked about Radio Australia on that topic. Historic and quite valuable QSL cards under the title California QSL cards in red, white, and blue. These QSLs are issued by OWI, Office of War Information, on behalf of the Voice of America in their office at 111 Sutter Street, San Francisco, California, during the years stretching from 1942 to 1946. Here's your report.
Thanks, Jeff. The 25-story Hunter Doolin building at 111 Sutter Street previously housed the offices and studios for the NBC radio network beginning in 1927. When NBC vacated their Sutter Street facility in San Francisco in favor of their new building in Hollywood and elsewhere in 1942, AWI took over the NBC suite from the 21st and 22nd floors of the Hunter Doolin building. All of the famous California red, white, and blue QSL cards were issued from the OWI office in Sutter Street. Each card contained the same QSL text in blue. A red-colored block at the bottom of the left-hand side of the card presented the country name, United States of America, and a large blue-colored block on the left side of the card provided a large white text for the station call sign. The well-known California radio station KGEI, with its 20-kilowatt shortwave transmitter, made its first broadcast from Passenger Island in the San Francisco Bay on the first day of the Golden Gate World Fair, February 18, 1939. Sometime after the World Fair ended, the General Electric shortwave KGEI was moved into new facilities at suburban Belmont, and together with some additional electronic equipment, the power output was raised to the newly mandated FCC requirement of 50 kilowatts. The resource stations of the United States were taken over by OWI on February 24, 1940, to the broadcast of programming that grew into the International Shortwave Project for the Voice of America. On earlier occasions before the Pacific War, KGEI had broadcast special programs that would beam to South America, the Philippines, and Asia. The red, white, and blue QSL card issued by OWI VOA on behalf of the GE station KGEI gave the call sign of the station, KGEI, in large letters, and the operating frequency of the station was written in by hand or typed in below the call sign. The GE sister station, KGEX, was taken into OWI VOA service on July 1st, 1944. Station KGEX was also a General Electric transmitter, model number G100C, and it was co-installed at Belmont alongside the earlier 50-kilowatt KGEI with model number 4G881. The QSL card for KGEX was exactly the same as the card for KGEI, except that the letter I in the KGEI call sign was changed to the letter X for the KGEX call sign. It was back in the year 1931 that the well-known American telephone radio company AT&T took into service four shortwave stations some 2 miles southeast of downtown in California. The original shortwave transmitter WRMI was rated and powered 80 kilowatts. There were 10 meters high and heavier transmitters and antennas were installed. At the height of its usefulness, AT&T Dixon utilized 30 transmitters and 36 antenna systems. In the era prior to the beginning of World War II, most of the shortwave transmissions from the AT&T station at Dixon in California carried point-to-point telephone conversations across the Pacific. However, there were also many notable transmissions in which program material was relayed across the Pacific or was broadcast in the Philippines, Asia, and the South Pacific. Three of the Dixon transmitters that were logged in the United States, Australia, and New Zealand with the transfer in those days were 20 kilowatt units that identified on air under the call signs KWV, KWU, and KWY. During the Pacific War, these three stations were also mounted carrying a relay of programming from the studios of the United Nations Network in the Mark Hopkins Hotel on Nob Hill, San Francisco. These three stations were, strictly speaking, communication stations, yet WRMI did issue QSL cards verifying the reception of all three stations with a separate card for each, KWU, KWV, and KWY. Now, another communication station that carried radio programming during the Pacific War was the Wavescan located in Salinas in California. The WRMI office verified three of these Salinas call signs, each with a separate card: KES2, KES3, and KR3A. Station KR3A was actually the communication station KER, which is only a relay on 9490 kHz. Next, we come to the enigmatic call sign, KROJ. There is unfortunately insufficient information regarding the World War II California call sign, KROJ, and the three additional similar call signs, KROS, KROU, and KROZ. International radio monitors in Australia were led to believe that these four call signs were associated with the Sky Radio in San Francisco. But subsequently it became evident that international radio monitors in the United States understood the KROJ call sign, at least, was associated with fresh wireless in Los Angeles. Reception reports for the KROJ call sign were verified with a specific red, white and blue KROJ QSL card, but details about QSLs for the other three call signs remain largely unknown. Then there were the twin stations KWMC and KWIX, which were co-installed at Israel in suburban San Francisco. They were operated by Associated Broadcasters, and their signals were heard strongly throughout the Pacific. Separate WRMI QSL cards were issued for each, KWID and KWIX. So after the end of the war, Associated Broadcasters issued their own similar QSL cards with both call signs listed on the same card. Towards the end of the war, two large shortwave stations were constructed in California, NBC at Dixon and CBS at Galena. Interestingly, the OWI QSL cards identifying these two stations show the double call sign on each card: KNBA, KNBC, KNBI, KNBX for NBC Dixon, and KCBA, KCBS for CBS Galena. In these circumstances, each pair of transmitters was tied together with parallel programming. There was also a third transmitter at CBS Galena, KCBR. This is verified with three separate QSL cards. So today we've listed all the California red, white and blue QSL cards. If any additional red, white and blue QSL cards were to transmit successively with an additional shortwave call sign, that would be a new revelation of interesting radio history.
Indeed, Greg. We now go to our continuing series on Australian the Australian shortwave call sign DLM was initially applied to a passenger cargo ship in service with the Union Steamship Company of New Zealand. The ship was the Milwaukee, and it was launched in Scotland in 2009.
The Murray Ross was flying across the Tasman Sea between New Zealand and Australia, and it also served as a for New Zealand and the First Amendment for their attack against the German colony there in 1933. The ship was ultimately sold to Japan in 1932, and it was broken up in Osaka during the following year. The shipping list in 1914 shows the call sign DLM with the Wairaki, which call they retained until 1927 when the official radio prefix to New Zealand was changed to New Zealand Reserve. That was the first use of the call sign DLM. The second came on July 5, 1931, when a new protocol Lieutenant Hill, Sydney, Australia, and the allotted course time for this new unit transmitter VLM was taken into service under a new call sign VL2. However, on occasion, the old call VLM was still retained. That station closed in 1956. When plans were made for a major new shortwave station for radio at Shepperton in Victoria, 3 transmitters were envisaged, 2 100 kilowatts and 1 60 kilowatts. The projected 60 kilowatt transmitter would be designated as VLM. However, when the lone RCA 50 kilowatt transmitter for the United States was installed in 1944, the course was VL2. Beginning in 1949 and over a period of almost 20 years, 4 different shortwave transmitters were installed at the Bald Hills radio station, north of Brisbane. The first transmitter installed was a temporary seated watch unit, which was withdrawn when the first of 3 subsequent STC transmitters at 10 kilowatts each were installed. The 200-watt unit was installed under the call sign VLM, call sign. And the 10 kilowatt units installed subsequently were each on the own rotation ABC, VLQ and VLM regional shortwave service. The station VLM also was priced on December 17, 1990. A fourth use of call sign VLM came in the Australian territory in Antarctica. The United States at work in Antarctica was abandoned in 1958, and some of the structures and equipment were taken over for a new extraction base at nearby Casey. The Casey base is directly south of Perth in Western Australia. The radio station hut at American Wilkes was completed 3 years later in 1961, and then it was transferred to Australian Casey 3 years later again in 1964. Subsequently, radio telex equipment was installed, and station services opened in Sydney in Australia. However, in the time, when the Casey base was under construction less than a mile distant, and a new 1 kilowatt gain transmitter for Denmark was installed in a new building. The allotted call sign for this communication transmitter was VLM, and again it was in use for telex communication with Sydney. International Radio Market noted this VLM transmitter on 7.7 and on 11.45 kHz during the day. However, Casey base was closed in 2006, and that was the end of the Antarctic usage of the call sign VLM. Finally, the radio Australia shortwave station Hill across the bay from Darwin was officially opened on September 1, 1971. 3 program lines were opened between Melbourne and Darwin, and these were designated with the line call sign VLK, VLO. As well as our contact to the VLK Darwin, 3 different transmitters at Lyndhurst carried the VLM program. A 5 kilowatt FSB for a sideband transmitter manufactured by STC, a regular transmitter, and a 30 kilowatt SSB transmitter that was previously being used through the ABC at Warnerville in Western Australia. In addition, the VLM service was at times also conveyed to Darwin via a 100 kilowatt transmitter located at Shepperton. Then, when the Darwin station was disabled by Typhoon Kofi during the Christmas season in 1974, the VLM service was transferred to Shepperton. However, after the so-called temporary relay station in Western Australia was opened, the VLM service was transferred again from Shepperton to Carnarvon, beginning May 6, 1984. Initially, the 250 kilowatt transmitter carried the VLM service. Subsequently, the VLM service was transferred to the 100 kilowatt transmitter. Backup to the VLM program service was continuously available via a 30 kilowatt ABC transmitter located in When Carnarvon was closed in 1996, some of the VLM programming was returned to a transmitter located at Shepperton. Unfortunately, it was painfully aware of the Australian Olympic system. Major local air station Shepperton in Victoria is still the same.
That's very true. Also recently, there were hearings in Canberra, Australia's capital, about Radio Australia and its former shortwave signal. Keith Thoreau of TCJ Media.
Well, this is something, of course, that will be of interest to fans of Radio Australia. Anything that comes out, who knows? But on June 17th, there was a committee hearing on the Environment and Communication Legislation Committee. This was for an amendment to the Australian Corporation called Bill 2017, which took place in Canberra. And it was actually moved forward by Australian Senator Nick Renfrew. Of course, are aware that Radio Australia left shortwave, not just Radio Australia, of course, but also the shortwave broadcast to the Northern Territory. And there's been a lot of going back and forth on this. The ABC, of course, has said that the decision was made because of lack of listeners, but the ABC and Radio Australia. Now, the hearing itself had a number of witnesses. Some of the names, of course, people may even know. Gary Becker, who was also part of the Secretary of years as the Secretary of State, Michael Hahn, who was Radio Australia's frequency manager and he retired a few years ago. And then, of course, representing the ABC was Director of Government Relations, Michael Millett, and David Clark, who's the head of International Audience Strategy for the ABC. Before we get to what the ABC was saying, let's begin first with Gary Becker, who is the District Manager for Australia and the Secretary site was in the district.
I want to talk a little bit about possibility of Patriot and where Australian Wise comes into play yesterday, driving down the King Highway from Melbourne to catch an airplane up here. And it's been used highway to save lives. I was just wondering how the ABC is to impact it because they think they need the money somewhere else. The HF reaches such a vast number of people in the local areas and not from some of the lines from the past as well. The ABC should look towards what is a life worth in their Australia or in their friends, countries in the Pacific, in PNG. One of the ways before I think we need to act now in respect to Radio Australia's site in Shepperton. The ABC thinks we need to act as the councillors have probably done they are still there. I have heard a rumour that next month the intending to run for the ground, and the other thing is that place has been up for sale for the last couple of months, and I've sent a couple of emails out to think senators in on your way there. This is a risk if that place is sold and the property is gone by doing yourself with your heritage history. But once it's gone, it's gone. And to build a new retail site will cost tens of millions of dollars. So I think that's quite an urgent thing. And when you fix that, I don't know who has the power to do what, but the ABC probably should be paying Broadcast Australia who own the site to not sell the site to people out here. The private company, the ABC was CAI and all of the ABC news. Radio Australia should be just one of them. I understand BA's situation that they're a commercial company, they need to make money for land, that's what they're saying. And they need some sort of income if they were told to pay them. So I'm not sure how that's addressed, but I think it's an urgent issue that this does need addressing.
After him, Nigel Foles, who was the former station manager of Radio Australia, about a number of different things. But something that does happen in many countries. You have a public broadcaster like the ABC or the CBC in Canada, or even the BBC for that matter, and people actually with the don't know much about shortwave. Now this was very apparent. One of the senators who asked him, is it very easy to, let's say, get a signal from Shepparton to Vanuatu?
Very short well, we're aware of having one or two hot short line signals standard. The signals up there, and the still some signals up there, and not just the Belgian signals. It's a boom signal. It's massive. On top. It's a massively strong signal in a specific. That's our background. Where they say, another just a quick one, why they say safe to further to go through the first broadcast in the Middle East in 2008. Why they say, definition of the Middle East is visually, storage from if you look at the current BBC World Service schedules, the schedule is broadcast yesterday, which is broadcast we have these hurricane maps called storage zones. The BBC is broadcasting the storage zone 40, 39, 37 is down in Russia and Tunisia. 39 is Saudi Arabia, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon, Iraq. Is any of this in the Middle East? And 40 is Iran. Now, they also use satellite. If it's on the satellite, and around the fence in the top, it's very easy to jam a satellite. You take a big chunk of civil pieces, solid control-like view of that satellite, and you effectively turn it off. That's why these countries have done HF delivery to the international services. England has a massive HF fighter infrastructure. It's a big complex. It carries not just BBC, it also carries Deutsche Welle, Radio France Internationale, American programs. Germany has got two HF sites. These are American three. We touched it in Austria has a big site at New School. America, three sites. North Carolina is currently fully operational. One site is not. And the third site is used for test systems on refrigeration. That's entirely separate and interesting area. The change is that these countries know the use of short-wave television broadcasts, and they don't talk to each other. The BBC no longer broadcasts the parents of the English broadcast, but they have substantial short-wave schedules. I've provided you a link to some of those things. Is that okay to come back to a couple of questions? In terms of how we maybe start, you begin to discuss the different kinds of audience that communities around the place. Maybe if you can, just in a specific time deal, how big is the audience and how would you characterise it typically for the audience to take it on? It sounds like there is no implications with emergency preparedness for disaster or communication. What are your main audience and how big are each of them? Do you even know? It's hard to quantify. I've worked through New Zealand on the Highlands, way beyond the reach of Radio Australia's FM services, just working live, which we call it reach. And there was an awareness of Radio Australia there. NBC, the National Broadcasting Authority, has problems paying electricity bills, they've got problems paying paying for it, so it's not going to so where does it affect those costs? Radio and election, and what are the main kind of audience protocols? One person will have access to a good receiver and have an interest, of course, an interest in the current affairs. Programs, and they'll discuss, they'll send each other texts. They send each other texts a lot. No one can listen online to stream the data. Even today, still costs send each other the media pretty quick. That was the former Fidgety Manager for Radio Australia after hearing that took place in Canberra, the Senate hearings, Environment and Communications Operations Committee of the Australian Broadcasting Corporation Amendment, referring to Shortwave Radio Bill 2017, which took place on June the 16th, which was a Friday. So, now, the hearing itself is 3 hours, and because of time restrictions, we can't bring ABC's response today. So, this is part one. Next week, Jack, I'll be looking at the ABC Until then, back to you.
Thanks very much, Keith, for that summary of hearings and said, more to come on coming programs. This edition of Wavescan, the International View of written in Indianapolis by Dr. Adrian Peterson. Next week, the radio scene on an almost Canadian island in the Caribbean. We have our Australian DX report. More on what's going on Radio Australia, the QSL time station in Vietnam. Reminded of your AWR and PCA reports for Wavescan to the AWR Silver Spring Network, the station your radio is tuned to, WRMI, or WWCR, or to the AWR relay stations at Wavescan. You have the reception report to the DX. Their segment is on the air in the program. The postal address for WRQSL College is Adventist World Radio, Box 10188, Silver Spring, Maryland, PMD 20914, USA. That's Adventist World Radio, Box 10188, Silver Spring, Maryland, 20914, USA. Is qsl@awr.org. Email for further correspondence to Wavescan is wavescan@awr.org. I'm Jeff Wise at WRMI in Port City. Thanks to Ray Robinson for joining me on the podcast. And we hope you'll join us again next week for another edition of Wavescan. Until then, good listening, everyone.
Miami, Florida, 33153.
composer and choir conductor, Jerry of Cathedral. That will be presented by Ivan Kuchera.
First, it is read by WRMI. Russia-backed mercenaries launched 23 attacks in Ukrainian territory.